when you make sure to wear your shirt, but the camera goes too high up and no one can see it. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bill and this is Trying to Stand, where we try new things in pop culture because I've been living under a rock. We are trying to continue to stand Steven Universe, or am I trying to stand Steven Universe Future? Trying to stand Steven Universe Future. Stay on brand. So I'm sorry that this video is dropping a little late for the Steven Universe people who watch my channel. I have a digital season pass because I don't have cable. It drops at 12 o'clock Pacific time, which is 2 a.m. for me. I watched it, cried, promptly fell asleep, and now I watched it again and I'm ready to talk about it. So I'm sorry that this took a hot minute. I'm gonna try to be a little more on top of it in the future, but I think it's just gonna have to be a Monday drop for me. I'm sorry, cable's expensive. I still haven't even watched Rick and Morty season 4. But yeah, I just want to talk about the show and just see what everyone else is thinking as well. Just for starters, obviously there's going to be a lot of spoilers here if you haven't watched Steven Universe Future. I will let you know when. But first I just want to give, for those who haven't gotten a chance to see it yet or are wondering if it's worth it, I would be pretty reserved about a project like this. If I was watching it from day one, I'd be like, you know, standoffish, waiting to hear the reports come in. Non-spoiler version of this, I'm very captivated, I'm very emotional. I'm getting a lot of questions answered that either I had, didn't have, or never realized that I had. I will say that there is a huge stress factor, kind of like the last season of Game of Thrones, where I'm like, you only have X number of episodes to tell me a story, and so much time to do it in. And it gives me this stressor where I'm like, we're not gonna get enough time to make it feel satisfying or get to every character or tie up every loose end. So that gets a little stressful and distracting for me at times. But overall, I'm very much enjoying it. If you are a fan of any of these characters, there's going to be something here for everybody, if not a lot here for everybody. And no songs so far, which is a bummer. Now to get on to some spoilers and more specific points, so move forward at your own risk. All right, we're just gonna go down the list in order. I'm just gonna go, there needs to be bath products based on the diamonds. I just need that in my life. I absolutely love the new world of Little University on Little Homeworld. I love everything down to like, there's so many great jokes. It's very funny as well as very moving and exciting and very story driven. Everything down to, oh, here's pamphlets about the new Homeworld school. Those were hilarious. I love the little character moments, little nuggets with powers, the environment, gems, the narrative structure. A lot of meta humor was in here, which I loved. The fake swipe out star thing from how the series used to go. Like so many little things that just keep you entertained and laughing, which is great because this is also gonna wreck you. This is absolutely going to wreck you. If someone can tell me that they got through these 4 episodes without getting even a little bit emotional, I'm jealous. That being said, I really like how it ramps you up slowly to bigger and bigger feelings. The first one starts at maybe like a 4 out of 10 on the emotion factor. I know a lot of people enjoy or like the character of Jasper. I don't. I feel like that's the point though. A metaphor that's attached to a lot of the arcs that Jasper is a part of are very intense. I have a hard time forgiving Jasper, but I feel like they played both sides of that feel really well. Still an asshole, but on the other hand, has room for growth and improvement should they choose to develop on that. Starting to realize Steven's arc, he's the diamond, he's in charge, whether he knows it or not, he keeps interfering, which brings us into his conflict with Amethyst about, you know, well, this is too on the nose. This isn't exactly what I thought. Encouraging them to do other things. They don't have to do what they did on Homeworld. And the realization that like comfort is something that helps certain people, that's what some people seek out. Not everyone seeks out to broaden their horizons and adventure or to explore or break through status quo. Some people, you know, were assigned to be shoemakers and love being shoemakers. There are going to be characters who are perfect fits for roles, and it's because they choose to do it. And I really enjoyed that story. We brought Smoky Quartz in real fast, and that really surprised me. It's just, we're doing this so quickly now, like, okay, let's do it. You can fly. But we start to see that Steven can still turn into Pink Steven, like we see in the trailer, but we saw in Change Your Mind when he got separated from his gem. his gem's manifestation of Pink Steven, is a prominent figure here, and he has more to his powers than we believe. And we're learning very quickly. We got a taste of it in the movie, and now we're getting tastes of it in these episodes. A lot of his powers when he becomes Pink Steven are offensive, not defensive. He's more than just a shield or a healer. I'm happy that we're seeing that, because I think there's a difference between a character who chooses peace but has the option of attack, and someone who chooses peace because that's what their specialty is, or the only thing they know. I think characters decided by choice and decision, what you learn from your mistakes, both as a person but also in storytelling. And I think someone who's faced with a choice, it's more powerful than someone who never had a choice. I'm really excited to see where that goes. We have gotten little tastes of this, particularly when Pink Diamond or when Pink Steven is a singular entity, screaming she's gone, throwing back White Diamond and like cracking the room that they're in. That's the scream that they talk about in Volleyball. Just never really figured that was a power. I just thought it was intense. I feel like in Steven Universe it would have been like, oh cool, neat, I have a power. And I would have been like, oh cool, neat, you have another power. But there's something about everything being handled with more fear but also maturity now in both the character and the show, where it kind of adds that oh shit layer to it. And I'm really enjoying this different feeling. Like, it doesn't have the accomplishment of like Harry Potter learned a Patronus charm. Oh man, that's so good. I'm so happy that you could do this now. Now it's like, magic can kill people. It has that weight to it. Every time we're hit with something intense and emotional, we're either learning more about the world or we're laughing at the characters to kind of ease us into things. So we're not just ripping band-aids left and right. The ghost of Rose Quartz's pasts, I absolutely loved the choice, giving us different personalities and different worldviews. I always kind of wondered what happened to the whole bubbling of every Rose Quartz ever. They touch on it so lightly in the show, like a couple of times, but it resonated with so many people, myself included, and I'm happy to see more of that. Seeing these characters not know how to handle something so bizarre as well as so upsetting, and everyone handled it in different ways. Crank Universe just straight up deuced, which that would be me, but Steven's nervous, always putting his foot in his mouth, always extending their welcome and trying to everything's fine, we don't need to talk about the past, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. And then that inevitable break, because turns out everybody's on edge because they feel uncomfortable too, and realizing a new way of looking at what their relationship could be, not as you look like my mom and you're a byproduct of the person who made me and trapped me here, but seeing each other as siblings, because end of the day they all were affected by Rose Quartz, illustrating really how you want your relationship to go. Because instead of seeing each other as adversaries or obstacles or reminders of the past, or how about siblings? Something constructive, something where both of them are allowed to feel the way they feel and it's addressed. You're gonna connect those memories a lot, and that's gonna be a hard thing. In defining what their relationship is, it sort of gives it more structure and base, so they're not just going crazy or convincing themselves that they're overreacting, but moreover it's like, well, yeah, Rose Quartz is a part of me, Rose Quartz is a part of you. Why wouldn't this be weird? They did a really good job at sort of holding our hands through it, where it's like, hey guys, I know you're excited and he's wearing a different shirt and your boy's slim thick now, but it's still gonna be upsetting. Take my hand. We're just gonna walk through this part. See, that's funny. That's a good joke, right? Good joke. Let you know it's gonna be okay. I really enjoyed that, because then we end on Volleyball. That one hit really hard, and I think because it was illustrated so lightly, it leaves so much to the audience's interpretation that you fill in gaps to whatever level communicates with you subconsciously. The framing is amazing, the illustration is just gorgeous, the low-key introduction to the ribbon wand so it could be part of Pearl's spear when they fuse into the Mega Pearl, setting up little things that way we understand what the weapon is. She has the power of dance, well so does Pearl because she dances ballet, so it makes sense that she'd be the super ballet ninja jumping around laser beams and stuff to get out of there. As you're getting hit with the reality of everything, it's rough. And I thought it was very beautifully done. The whole shell and the response to the abnormality of the crack and the fact that it's psychological, it reminded me of shock therapy. This is something wrong with you, we can fix it through extreme measures, but the answer is just talking about it with someone who's experienced the same or similar things, someone who's familiar with the history, reaching out to people, acknowledging it, accepting it, not forgive and forget, but moving on, moving forward. I believe that the crack is gone from her face. You don't directly see it, and I think there's something very satisfying in that. You just kind of feel it, and I feel like that speaks loads to the entire Steven universe team, that you can feel that solution without it being so spoon-fed to you. But I really loved those moments, and it got really hard to watch for me emotionally, both in the discussion of someone you loved passed away and now here's someone who looks just like them in your house. What do you do? No one's trauma is going to be the same, but that doesn't mean that they can't help you. I know. You can't be in denial one way or the other. It was an accident and she didn't mean to, and oh, that never even happened at all. Both of them were going to crack and break from it. And I felt like it was very well balanced between these really heavy and intense moments, but then also a lot of humor. I'm just nervous that we're not gonna have enough time to touch on everything we want to touch on. What was inside the treasure chest in Lion's Mane? What is Lion and Lars? What are they? Pink Steven stuff, Garnet stuff, the other fusions, the diamonds. Is Spinel okay? What's going on? So yeah, you're telling me in 90 minutes over 3 weeks, you're gonna tell me all this stuff? If you guys want me to film me watching it, let me know. I've been hitting a wall as to what to do when watching shows, because I can't just have hours and hours of footage of me just watching TV in the hopes I say something funny. There's a feeling of the world that's getting set up here, but there's so many little things that I keep picking up on when I watch even just these episodes. Steven has his portal pad in his observatory room. On that door frame is one pink diamond for Steven's gem. He leaves the door open, as opposed to the crystal gems doors, which are all separated and they always leave it closed, and Steven had problems getting into it. Greg Universe doesn't have a star on his shirt anymore. I think Steven's wearing Greg's old shirts, because that's what he wore growing up anyway, because we established that was the Mr. Universe merch. Greg Universe is the key to all of this, and I can explain that all in a video if you want me to. He's the key to everything. He's the Jar Jar Binks of the Steven Universe world. I didn't expect it to be so much. I expected one like, I'm your father, dun dun dun, and one reveal and off we went. I wasn't expecting to deal with my childhood as well as the greatest loss I've felt in my life all right next to each other while watching a cartoon. It's getting harder to watch these for me. I'm enjoying myself so much. I'm very intrigued by this world now where it seems like everyone else is starting to grow into who they're meant to be based on the sacrifices and the actions of Steven throughout the show. But now there's Steven trying to figure out himself now. But because he's built this strong support system and helped generate this strong community of people who are open and, you know, in tune with who they are and what they want, there's so many people there that want to and have the ability to help him. He created the catalyst for his own solution. I want more music. I need answers. Kind of what Steven was saying in Volleyball, I'm tired of hearing about Pink Diamond, but it's still giving us so much more life and filling in the cracks in the foundation of the story. So many gaps that were left in Steven Universe are being filled in by what we're learning about Pink Diamond. I'm ready to focus on the now, the characters that do exist, but I find it really interesting to sort of feel that frustration with Steven. Because everyone's asking Steven, well, what's next? We're asking Rebecca Sugar, her team, and Steven, well, what's next? He doesn't know, we don't know. And every time we keep bringing up Pink Diamond and how horrible she was, Steven keeps popping off, and so are we. And I think that's kind of the point, is I think we're going to be paralleled as much as possible emotionally with Steven as we start to move forward. I think the true power of the Pink Diamond is sort of the inverse of White Diamond, where she can control your mind. I think Pink Diamond has the power of influence, and it can control your heart or your spirit, if that makes sense. Because blue controls your emotions and yellow controls power. I think Pink Diamond controls like your essence, your soul, or your heart. Steven's purpose is bigger and grander than he thinks, but I think that's going to be the ultimate thing here, is that Steven, while having so many of his powers being discovered and being unchecked, I think that influence he has is going to be shaken or cracked or just flat out broken. The corruption theory, in a sense. What's the ice thing's name? The one that likes the screams? which you ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. And it's a snow cone making gem. Steven Universe Future. Larimar. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. I have a Zales ad for buying Larimar and Sapphire gemstones.
Oh, darn.
I will make you scream, Steven Universe. And it just, I don't know, it freaks me out. Because they keep warning us that like this is going to be a really emotional experience. I think they're smarter than to cash out all the emotion chips, almost all the shots from the trailers in the first 4 episodes. Like I think it's only going to get more intense from here, and it makes me very nervous, but it also makes me very excited. But I really enjoy Super Pearl. I love Volleyball. I love the new dynamic of Steven, where now he's the person who's lost and trying to find his way, and everyone else has emotional maturity and understanding and is trying to give him that peace and those solutions. I need more Garnet. I need a Greg episode badly. Peridot, where's Lapis? Is she still wearing pants? I need someone to acknowledge Pumpkin. Also, the one-eyed cat, Steven the cat, is also dead and is a picture next to Rose Quartz. And that hurt a lot. Where's Connie? What does grown-up Stevani look like? I'm convinced, given the sword and shield combo, Pink Stevani is basically Rose Quartz. That's my going theory right now. They are building a foundation for something really great, and I'm really excited. It's hard because it doesn't feel like it did when watching the show, where it's like, oh man, here's 20 really funny things, and then like 3 really heavy things, and then 20 really funny things. It just feels like, oh, you like that? Now it's sad. Something really funny and something you really like that's character-based, and it reminds you of all the things you really enjoy about not only entertainment, but animation in general. Intense metaphor for something that wrecks you as a human being. Good luck looking at the fan art for that shit. It's very uplifting and then just slamming me back down, but I'm very much enjoying it because it's done so well. Nothing feels cheap. You know, oh, time to have the episode where we watch Pumpkin's operation. You know what I mean? But it's just effective. It's super effective, and it bothers me a lot. I don't like when something has this much emotional control over me for so long. Please, though, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you did, subscribe if you want more, and once we're done with Steven Universe Future, I will start my journey to start checking out Adventure Time. But in the meantime, give me more shows to listen to, give me more music from shows to listen to, and I will see you on Tuesday with more Trying to Stand goodness. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, please.